Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host God of Heroics and we're continuing my custom battle story revolving around Gohan and the Saiyamans. They're a faction of the Pride Troopers after Gohan's recruitment. And after defeating the Dark Duo, basically being Zamasu and Baby, Piccolo is actually off on the side doing his own story. So we're going to see what Piccolo is up to. So if you'd like to see videos, please like the video, subscribe to the page, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified to all future uploads. I'm trying to hit 350, so please help me out. I would greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get started. So, Gohan and his team were already off fighting the Dark Duo, and Piccolo caught wind of Shenron's usage, seeing the sky darkening. Basically, during all the commotion, Pilaf snuck away and collected the Dragon Balls, and used them to summon Shenron and requested for the revival of the demons that were previously taken down on Earth. With those being brought back, Pilaf's plan is to basically conquer the world with them under his thumb, basically saying that they would owe him for their revival. Piccolo arrives right as the demons are being revived and decides to take them off somewhere else where they can fight without, getting any innocents involved, because there's a lot going on at the city anyway. So Babidi, Slug, Dabura, Garlic Jr., Bojack, they were all revived with that wish. And now we are going into this episode known as Combined Power, where Piccolo will be taking on all these demons. So Piccolo decides that his first target is going to be Babidi, not necessarily as easy of a target as he had hoped, but the easiest of the group. Far easier than taking on literally anybody else that is within the group, because while Babidi is not like a super weak character, he is by far and away not anywhere close to the strength that the other demons are at, because as you would expect in Hell, a lot of these demons would be feeling entitled to levels of power and rule, so they go right ahead and have been conquering portions of Hell and basically bullying characters here and there, but it is nothing compared to the strength that Piccolo has after the Tournament of Power, so he easily wipes Babidi. Next up, Dabura attacks him, but it's not just Dabura, because this is not a one-on-one, so Dabura and Bojack start attacking, and then Lord Slug jumps in the mix to try to get his hand at killing Piccolo, seeing Piccolo as an inferior Namekian, as he believes he again is entitled to some kind of kingship. So Piccolo is charging up, going to go all out, deciding that he's going to use a lot of his strength at once to take out Lord Slug, thinking he is the next weakest, and also trying not to allow him to go into his giant form, but his attack does not hit anything vital. Slug blocks it, and Garlic Jr. takes that opportunity to jump in the fray and get his hits in on Piccolo. Unfortunately, Garlic Jr. is not anywhere near the strength that Piccolo is, but with some distractions here and there and his ability to literally not die, it is much easier for him to survive this onslaught of attacks from Piccolo than it is from anybody else. Garlic Jr. decides to try to end the battle as quickly as possible, opening the dead zone, but Piccolo anticipated this and reserved his strength for a special beam cannon, knocking him into the dead zone, ending Garlic Jr.'s portion of the fight. Piccolo, feeling like he has a much greater chance at completing this battle, has decided to taunt his enemies, but that just makes them even angrier. So Bojack, Dabura, and Lord Slug are all powering up, deciding to unleash their full potential, and Piccolo is still mocking them because he remembers how King Dabura got dealt with before and doesn't see him as much of a big threat, but he taunts him, calling him Babidi's second place. And with this fight of Demon King to Demon King, Piccolo comes out on top, defeating Dabura, who was way in over his head, thinking that he was going to take out Piccolo. However, fighting Babidi and then Garlic and the onslaught of attacks and defeating Dabura, Piccolo is a little drained, not having as much stamina for this fight as he had thought he would, because these enemies are far stronger than he would have expected, especially considering the power that they were at when they last met. It's no surprise that they got stronger just being in Hell, fighting and conquering and taking over, but this is not at all the kind of strength Piccolo had anticipated. Piccolo, unfortunately, was hit with another onslaught of attacks, getting taken down by Bojack with a Grand Smasher, but Piccolo is determined to keep this battle going so that Gohan and the other Saiyamans can continue and finish their battle against the Dark Duo. Piccolo does not want these guys to group up with them, because if that happens, oh boy, it definitely won't be fun for them. So Piccolo is giving it his all, doing his third special beam cannon for the day, and Bojack powers up to his full power form and gives one hell of a beatdown to Piccolo, draining him even further. Piccolo's not even sure if he's able to win this battle, and just then Lord Slug shows up and then turns giant. Not necessarily increasing his power, because as we know, the giant form does not increase your power level, but it has made him significantly stronger, and he unleashes a terrifying mouth beam, knocking Piccolo back and laying him out in the water. It is looking really bad for Piccolo. He crawls out the water, laying down, not even certain if he's gonna survive. But just then, Dende, he arrives. Obviously, Dende is the Kami of Earth, and he's been watching from above, knowing that Piccolo needs the extra help. One would think Dende could just heal him, but that wouldn't be enough. Healing Piccolo would not get him to the power needed to finish this fight, so instead Dende decides to fuse with Piccolo under one condition. After finishing this battle, Piccolo has to become the new Kami of Earth. And Piccolo reluctantly agrees. This wasn't the role that he wanted, but it is a role that somewhat suits him, especially now. So Piccolo and Dende fuse. Now Piccolo having all the abilities that Dende has, and on top of that, now being the one that the Dragon Balls rely on yet again, having the power of their creator within his blood. He unleashes a full power light grenade, and while clashing with Slug, he finally overpowers him and takes him out, just leaving Bojack as the last one standing. And ironically, Bojack was the strongest of this group, and he's not even holding up to this newfound power that Piccolo has obtained. To be honest, I used early Piccolo and then used the Kami fused Piccolo afterwards for the fusion, but that was before the DLC dropped. So for the sake of the story, I am going to change this. I'm going to go back and just like change the character model, or the character that was used. I'm going to have Kami fused Piccolo, because that's the one that was there at the end of the Tournament of Power story, and then he's going to fuse with Dende and then become the one in Dragon Ball Super. And during his fight with Bojack that you're seeing here, he's actually going to turn into his Super Namekian form, now having the power to do that. And then his Orange Piccolo form is obviously going to be saved for that final battle that we talked about. Well, the one that I'm, changing in the next couple of episodes. Piccolo, giving it his all using his newfound strength, has officially defeated all of the revived demons, and Pilaf is left with nothing. He has basically wasted his wish, reviving the demons, and now there is no demon left to rule Earth except the demon who is now known as Kami, aka Piccolo. And that is going to conclude this portion. I know it turned out to be a little bit of a short episode, but that's okay, because the next two episodes are the grand finales that we have been leading up to. So let me know what you guys think, and please like the video, subscribe to the page, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.